So the kids find Ray Brower's body by the train tracks, confront the bully, and learn a valuable lesson about the unbreakable bonds of friendship just in time to drift apart forever.
Yeah, stand by me momentarily.
But then you get River Phoenix's character's epilogue in voiceover. Oh, him? He got stabbed in the throat at a McDonald's. Good night, everybody!
He was stabbed in the throat. He died almost instantly.
Yeah, Mr. Holland is writing the whole story is a eulogy for his buddy.
But it's not based on a true story. Why neck stabbing? That is an oddly specific and gruesome way to kill off one of your more likable main characters after the movie's over. Especially when the audience has only ever known that character as a child. You ever seen a ketchup packet explode?
Okay, yes, Stand By Me includes a bloody, seemingly frivolous death by epilogue. Is that your point?
Ha! No.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful cold.
Jesus.
Yuck, we hate that idea.
Soren, you can't seriously want to watch a movie where a lawyer gets stabbed in the throat while trying to order fast food.
Well, maybe not an entire movie about that, but yeah. It'd be like the Harvey Dent story. You have a guy who's just trying to help everybody out. He becomes a lawyer just to help people who can't help themselves, and then after some career-making Aaron Brockovich type case, he's just getting a milkshake and boom. Crazy arbitrary violence. You can try and change the world, but in the end, you're just one man.
Yes! Also in my version, he does some Tokyo drifting on the weekends.
I never trade that for a great movie like Stand By Me. I mean, you'd be replacing a verified great movie with something that may be potentially kind of interesting. If I'm gonna pick an epilogue over a movie, then I want an epilogue that can't help but be amazing. That is why
Animal House! Bluto's epilogue is that he becomes a United States Senator.
Oh, that would be incredible! Drunk John Belushi failing his way up the ranks of government like some accidental Frank Underwood Gump, starting food fights, smashing hippie guitars until we make him vice president for it. Let's watch that now.
There are a ton of real senators who built their entire early career on just being in the right frat and being charming. This might be the most honest look at what it's like becoming a politician.
Point of order! Soren, you can't just, you pick one, right? You intercepted Stand By Me and you finished the play and then you threw out Animal House. This has to be against protocol, right?
Sandlot! All the kids become architects or they own bungee jumping companies except one, Bertram. Bertram got really into the 60s.
And no one ever saw him again.
It wasn't just the Sandlot kids who never saw him again. No one did. So what the hell happened to Bertram? Where's Bertram, Stringer? Where the is Bertram?
Look at me! Where the
is Bertram?
A lot of disappearable stuff happened in the 60s. Sexual liberation, riots, serial killers, wars, secret LSD tests. How come no one in the Sandlot is asking the hard questions?
Yes, Bertram could be Ted Kaczynski.
Seriously, mine is so good, you guys.
The epilogue only gives us one sentence about him and that's it, as if people vanish into decades all the time in this town. Why is no one freaking out about that? Why is everyone only concerned about a big dog?
Well, now you're just changing the entire genre of the movie. That's like saying that science fiction is better than a coming-of-age story. It's opinion. And Soren's just gonna say whatever comes to
Fast
his mind.
Times at Ridgemont High, Spicoli's epilogue, Katie's right. I am awesome at this.
So it's just chaos now, right? We're just not doing anything by the book. Daniel, I'm looking at you.
Doesn't the ocean try to kill Brooke Shields in Spicoli's epilogue?
He rescued her from a wave, a tasty wave, if memory serves. And then he used the reward money to hire Van Halen to play his birthday party. Because apparently you get reward money for rescuing drowning victims.
It would be amazing. It would be like a cross between Project X and that kid in Australia who threw the biggest party Melbourne has ever seen and then refused to apologize for it.
What would you say to other kids who were thinking of partying when their parents are out of town?
Get me to do it for you.
We already know the Fast Times universe doesn't have a single parent in it, so the parties must be insane. Then you give the craziest kid $100 grand to throw a rager with a band that's pure white hot sex. I mean, picture the worst thing that you think today's kids probably do. That is happening at no less than 3 rooms at this party.
Do you really think the reward money for Brooke Shields would be 6 figures? It feels high.
Yeah, but 80s Brooke Shields though. We can consult the Blue Book value.
Jumanji!
Oh. You were just... I thought you were actually...
It's Jumanji! The answer to the goddamn motherfucking question is Jumanji, you buttholes!
Okay, to be totally honest, I don't remember the end of Jumanji that well. Did Robin Williams fight a rhino? No, he rode a rhino. No, he healed sick rhinos with the power of laughter.
Robin Williams gets sucked into a board game as a child, and then he lives in this crazy jungle land well into adulthood, and then new kids play the game and let him out.
And then he dresses up as a rhino so he can see his kids again. See, I'm remembering this now.
Shut up! Okay, the kids win the game, and then everything gets sucked back into the board game, and Robin Williams is freed, except he's not freed as an adult, he's freed as a child. But he and his buddy Bonnie Hunt go back to being kids, sitting around a board game, but having retained all of the knowledge of living an entire life.
So, he spent his whole first life around a bunch of animals. As far as society's concerned, he's basically starting from scratch again anyway.
Maybe. But Bonnie Hunt lived all of that time in our world, which means that when she goes back to being a kid, she knows what's going to happen for the next 30 years. The epilogue is basically just Bear Grylls and a legitimate psychic trapped in the bodies of children, just changing the future to suit their whims. And they do. I mean, they tell the kids' parents not to go on the ski trip where they're fated to die and make the kids orphans.
No!
And therefore acceptable film protagonists.
That's the epilogue. It's just the early edition starring Tarzan and Nostradamus trapped in the bodies of children at the turn of the century. Now you tell me that that is not more interesting than any idea that Soren has ever had.
Okay, sure, yeah, it's better than Soren's stuff. Jesus.
We should probably beat out like a rough outline or something, right? We have to make this movie now.
You guys don't know all the awesome ideas I have and just choose not to share.
Hello. Thanks for watching the episode.
Yeah, and we were actually wondering, what are some epilogues that we missed, if any?
Or better, or like if you could write a better one that would get us fired. This is where you publish it.
Right.
Below.
In the
where you can also subscribe.
Is what,
One
which
of the
way?
ways.
Where's the button?
I never know. They can flop it in post.